balmy day of 7 degrees again. There wasn't a lot of frost on my car this morning though, so I didn't have to work that hard to get here. But nice to see everybody. My name is Amy. I'm here for SilverSneakers Classic. And for today, you'll need the same 3 things as we usually use. We'll be using a stretchy band, handles or no handles, nice little squishy ball of your choice, and then a set of light weights. We're not in a bodybuilding class this morning. Maybe that'll come later if you're really interested. Let me know. But just thanks for joining us once again. We really appreciate your support through keeping our membership up during this time. And always just remember to check in. And if you're really having trouble checking in, you can leave us a voicemail, and we do check our voicemail if you are having that many troubles, or contact me. But we just want to make sure you're checked in, make sure you count. All right, so we'll start by taking a nice deep breath in, bring up arms overhead, deep breath down. Our body. All right, put one hand over top, hand over. Bring those arms in front of your body. Reach it forward. Well, did you wake up this morning and realize that there's only 10 more days till Christmas? All right, bring one down. I will say I have not wrapped or given any presents other than homemade ones, but my presents won't take very long. I'm not worried. Whereas if you are buying anything online right now, that may or may not show up at the right time. All right, roll those arms all the way back. Even on Sunday evening, it was probably around 5 o'clock. I passed by 2 post office workers delivering mail Sunday at 5. So they're working hard. If you're that person that gives little nice notes, leave a little note for your mail person or delivery man. They're doing a good job and trying their hardest this year. I've always thought there's power in a small handwritten note to someone, whether it be a thank you or just saying like, hey, you're doing a good job. Just like you guys are doing a good job coming working out this morning. Nice to know that someone's watching. Arms a little bit more up to your shoulders. Let those arms hang out. And lift those arms up. One arm in front. me something yesterday, a picture of, with gyms being closed, she sent me a photo of someone running on the little grocery mats where you put your groceries. Because those run like a treadmill. So people need to go to the grocery store and they can work out. And throw those arms up in the air. I've also heard that baking has become a very popular thing to do right about now. You know, in the Figures complex, there's a kitchen store, has a bunch of supplies. It has been a very busy place. And 2 hands on up. All right, we'll turn that into a march. Good time to get some water if you need some water already. I know the air can be a little dry during these cold days. Or if you don't have any, good time to go get some water. Hopefully your plumbing is working this morning. You don't have to go out to the well or something. All right, roll those hands around and round. Growing up on the farm, we had a well. And us girls knew where it was. It was close to the barn. But we knew enough to not play around with it. No one wants to fall in a giant hole. All right, little small arms, washing those windows. Elbows out a little bit more. And punch those arms forward. Word to the wise, remember if you're feeling a little tired, take a seat. Or maybe you're like, you know, I just can only handle moving my arms right now. Do that. There is something to be said about coordination sometimes around this time of day. All right, throw them across your body. Little crossovers. But the more we move our right brain and our, well, left sides of our body and our right sides of our body, I should say, our brain doesn't move. But it helps work it out. So, all right, we'll do a little uppercuts. Coming from your hip, up to your chin. Go back into a march. Move your hands around and around. Take a couple steps forward, a couple steps back. Well, with the nice cold temperatures, I saw a lot of people going ice fishing this weekend. Get those arms out. Saw a lot of people going skating. Thankfully, I didn't hear anyone about falling into the ice. And I also didn't see anyone drive their vehicle on the ice, because the ice is definitely not strong for that yet. Bring those arms down. Good time to get some water. I'm going to grab some. Tuck the feet right and left. If you're hanging on, give me a thumbs up if you're doing it. And remember, you can give me a literal thumbs up and I can see it. There's little thumbs up and thumbs down below the screen. And put those arms up to the sky. All right, your hands forward. Down to your sides. All right, one up, one down. We'll switch those feet, tap into the back. Switch to the side so you can see what I'm doing. Make sure you're not tripping yourself or locking your body in some way. Don't need any of that. Arms across. Reach up a little higher as well. Stretches those back muscles out a little bit more. All right, we'll turn that into a march again. We'll take one step forward, or one step to the side, one step to the side. And start calming our heart rates down a little bit. I know my coaches always told us to, when you did a hard workout, now you need to go do some active rest stuff. And so even during this class, when I say calm down, take a little rest, doesn't mean lie on the floor, doesn't mean go back to bed. Our body works a little bit better if we just move around a little bit slower. All right, tap those feet forward. Squish that little spider that's been wandering around in front of you. Or you can let him out the door. to be a crazy kid. All right, and tap those toes. At ease. Catch your breath a little bit. All right, next we'll be going into our balance. Make sure there's nothing in front of you. You have nice something sturdy to hold on to if you need to. So we're just going to start doing a little heel to toe walk. Couple steps forward, couple steps back. Or you can just stay near your chair if you want to. Alright, and by your chair, you're just going to put one foot in front of the other, kind of show it to the side. Woo, as long as they don't fall over. And just hold it there. Your shoulders are up. There we go. All right. Switch feet. Put that other foot in front of the other. Standing tall. Kind of side on your feet. Rolling all the way on one foot to the other. Making sure your whole foot touches the floor, toes and heels. I mean, if your feet are not touching the floor right now, you're either floating and you're magical, or you are falling on the ground, and we do not want that. Floating would be cool. Falling, not so much. All right, switch sides. So if you are floating right about now, let me know. I'll see what I can do about it. Kidding, kidding. All right. Feet standing about shoulder width apart. You can bend from your waist, reaching forward. Stretch in the back of those legs. Take a little step to the side if you need to. Get those reflexes going. All right, standing tall. You bring those heels on up. You always test yourself out. See if you can hold them up in the air. Feet on the ground, and we'll bring our toes up one at a time. Just a good calf stretch. Sort of helps move those ankles around a little bit more. The more activated your muscles, the more limber your ankles and such are. All help you if you, right about now, where all the ice is kind of covered up and you can't see it, you do not want to go down. That would not be a lovely Christmas present right about now. You can bring your foot on up, balance on that one leg. Whoop. Hold on if you need to. Move her around if Feet firmly planted, about shoulder width apart, and we're gonna do some sit to stands. Fancy language for squats. Go all the way down, all the way up. Make sure you stick your butt out, put your weight in your heels, be nice to your knees. Keep breathing, even if it's in the form of a yawn. All right, we'll go 2 more. 1, 2. All right. Get some more water. Bring our ball out, up from side to side. Whew. All right, toss them all the way up, all the way down. Bring that ball as fast as you can, but using those fingers. A little higher. All right, bring one down to your stomach and squish them. Next, you're going to put them in one hand, put them into the side of your leg, your meaty part, and squish them in there. Tenses up your bicep, uses your forearm. You can do this seated as well. All right, off to the other side. Same thing. One of those hands, bend that arm up and down. Good range of motion. Roll that wrist around. Over to the other side, up and down. Remember, if you've done this class without any equipment, that is totally okay. You're still moving all the same joints and muscles that we are, still counts. But if you find that you do want some of the equipment, you can still rent stuff from the YMCA or any number of these items you can get at Walmart, Target, not very expensive stuff. So remember, there are always choices and options. Don't feel like you can't do something just because you're missing one of the items I am using. All right, bring the arm all the way around. Big figure 8. Go on to the other hand. Roll them all around. have to do this today. I'm not gonna do it, but remember you can always put them on the small of your back. Sit down in your chair and just roll them around, get that free massage. It's wonderful. All right, next we're gonna move on to our weights. Make sure that little ball is stowed. Not gonna trip you up anywhere. Get some more water if you need any, or take a quick bathroom break. Also needed. But when you're ready, you're gonna put those hands down in front of your thighs, palms forward. Lift those up, doing some bicep curls. One more of these. Arms down. Just gonna bring them in front. Straight in front. Try not to go higher than your shoulders. There you go. One more of these. Move those arms around if you need to. Make sure all is well. Next we're going to bring those up on our hips. Turn to the side once again. Bring that arm back. Back to the hip. Working those triceps. One arm at a time. One more of these. And switcheroo. Hand on the hip still. Bring that back. Last one. Move arms around if you need to. Now bring them up. Little pulse arms. Remember when you're lifting your arms over top your head, make sure that you have a little bit of an angle going on so your arms aren't going directly up. Your shoulders will thank you, especially those of us who have new shoulders or newer shoulders. All right, one more each side. One, and done. Set those weights to the side again. Again, always get some water if you are feeling thirsty. Then we're going to be moving on to our band. Safely put it underneath your foot. Hold on to something if you need to. Gives you that little extra guide. Where you're gonna lift your foot straight up in front. right, 2 more of these. 1 and 2. Up to the side we go. And again, make sure you're angling your foot a little bit, kind of leading with your heel. That way your hips not going straight out. For those of you that regularly come to class, I'm sure sometimes you're thinking, Amy, we've heard this so many times before. But you know, rather have you safe, being able to move your body, instead of being like, well, Amy told me to do this. So, just want to be able to make you move for as long as possible. All right, 1 more on this side. Move those legs around if you need to. Then you're going to kick behind you. Make sure nothing is behind you. I have long legs, but thankfully this room is quite large. Last one. Take that off the one foot, put it on over on the other side. Once you are ready, keep that foot forward. And remember, a kick just has to be lifting your foot off the floor. You don't have to be some sort of person that does a big kick over their head or something. But if you can, comfortably in your own home, I applaud you. All right, one last time there. On up to the side. Leading with that heel. Last one. Move those hips around if you need to, and kick it on behind. Last one right there. Take that safely off your foot. Do a couple more exercises and then into stretching. So, hold that band in front. I'm going to wrap it around my hands. Stretch it in front. For some reason that product, that Stretch Arm Strong, or those toys that you could buy, that little wrestlers where they could stretch them and stretch them. I've only seen them. I did not have one of those. But if any of you did, tell me about it. Those are probably worth some money right now. All right, 2 more to go. 1, 2. Shove that off to the side. Bring down the back. Get more water if you need any. And we'll go into stretching. I'm going to take a seat for some of the stretches and then stand up for the rest. Or I could always modify and do everything seated as well. So, bring that arm across your body. my paper today, I found some comments that we would have said to each other in the year 1955. And arm down, back to the other side. I'll tell you one thing, if things keep going the way they are, it's going to be impossible to buy a week's groceries for $20. Have you seen the new cars coming out next year? It won't be long till $2,000 won't even buy you a used one. Relax an arm up, behind your head. There's also talk about married women having to go out and get jobs. Having to hire someone to watch your kids. How letting in Volkswagen cars is going to let in a lot of foreign business. Arm down. Switch that other hand. Arm behind your head. Here's a couple things to also think about. This little article is remember a time when Coca-Cola was in bottles. Bring those arms out. All the girls had to wear ugly gym slips. I guess I never heard anyone talk about that, but I can understand. Everyone wore skirts. It took 5 minutes to turn the TV on. When 25 cents was a decent allowance, bring those arms all the way around. Give yourself a hug or a pat on the back. When at one time everyone wanted a Ford Zephyr. That was the cool car to have. Relax those arms. Press those arms inside to each other. You never asked where your keys were because you never locked your car. They were probably sitting in the ignition. Roll those wrists around. When was the last time you lied on your back and looked up at the clouds and said, you know, that cloud kind of looks like a hand weight or a pie? All right, I'm going to stand up, finish my legs off, heading a little bit wider than shoulder width, stretch on over to the one side. Remember, if any of you have any good jokes out there, let me know. I'm always looking for good material. And off to the other side. I feel like one of those mannequins in the store. They sometimes have odd ways of standing. Standing tall. Bring that leg up behind you. Touches that front thigh. And up to the other side. You can balance for this one, that's great. But if you cannot, hold on to your chairs. Put down, stretch that foot up, point that toe to the sky. body. On to the other side. That there's for those of you who are familiar with Elf on the Shelf, there's a Christian version out there where you can hide a little shepherd, and you can have camels and everything. And so my nieces and nephews, they have a shepherd and 2 camels that their grandmother has hidden around the house doing funny things. Take a lunge forward. Back side, or back calf muscle. And so the camels are named Sandy and Cammy. As you can imagine, those would make good camel names. And then the shepherd's name is Jude the Dude. On over to the other side. All right, standing tall. Take a nice deep breath in, bring those arms up overhead. More for good measure. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, everyone. Have a great day. Stay warm, stay healthy, and we'll see you again on Thursday.